Guys, welcome back to another video. In the last video that I made, I told you about how I'll be working on side projects moving on. In today's video, I have come up with 4 side project ideas that I'd like to share with you guys. The general agenda of this video is to just share my thought process in terms of how I come up with these ideas. Now, I'm not sure if these ideas will work or not, but I just want to share how I came up with them. So let's get started. I hope it's useful. Alright, so here are 3 things that I look for when I'm coming up with an idea for my side project. The first one is the market. Does a market exist for what I'm building? Will enough people buy it? That's the first thing to look at. Number 2 is competition. Is there competition? Are there more people building it? That's another thing to look at. And the third one that I look for is distribution. Where do I find users who'll go and use my product? Let's dive deep into each one of them. Number 1 is the market. Now you need to ask yourself if the idea that you've come up with, if the problem that you're trying to solve is faced by enough number of people. Now, by enough number of people, I don't mean like 1 million people or 10 million people. We are building side projects. We are not going and building the next Reliance or Tata. So we can think small. Even if only 1,000 people are facing a problem, that's all right. It's okay. If 500 people are facing a problem, but they really want a solution, we can build something for them, right? So you need to solve a big problem for a small number of users. That's usually a good approach to go with side projects. You can't build a Tata from day one. You'll have to start small. The thing that I look for is competition. Now, you might think competition is bad, but usually competition is good because if there are a set of competitors already doing business and if they're doing well, then that means there is a market and there is a chance for you to enter, and there are already few customers who are paying these competitors. So if you could be a little bit better than the competition, then maybe you can get some of those customers and make your side project work. Coming up with a brand new idea is great, but the chances of failure is also equally high. Peter Thiel famously says competition is for losers. I totally agree with that, but at the same time, hey, we are building a side project over the weekend, so I think we're fine for now. The third thing that I look for is distribution. Now, this is where most people struggle, including me, which is where do you find your users from? Sure, you can build the best product in the world, but if you can't find users for your product, then what's the point, right? Usually people say that it's very easy to build products, especially with AI, it's so much easier to build products. But the hard part is finding your users. And you really need to think about it from day one. Where do I get my first customer from? Where do I get my first 10 customers from? Do I start a YouTube channel? Do I do Instagram? Do I run ads? Do I go talk to people on the road? Start thinking about it. And I think that'll really help. For example, I can't start a B2B enterprise sales company because I just graduated from college 2 years back. I don't have that much of connections in large enterprises that I can go and sell to them. So it's hard for me to sell. So even if I build the best B2B software, I think I'll struggle to really go and sell it, right? But I have a bunch of friends. I have maybe a good social media presence. Maybe I know how to run ads on Instagram and a bunch of social media sites. So I'll mostly build something in B2C because that's something that's, more suited to my DNA, if that makes sense. All right, so here's the first idea. A few months back, I was chilling with some of my friends and they were going to give the GMAT exam. And they mentioned that finding past GMAT exam questions is really hard. Now, I've given JEE, I've given BITSAT, and it was quite easy for me to find past questions. But for GMAT, it's scattered all over the internet. It's on multiple sites. Some of these sites are very old. Some of them have a lot of ads. So what I thought is, what if I could scrape all the questions, put them in a nice, beautiful interface, and give it to my friends? So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be using a bunch of Vision APIs alongside Keenan. I'll be using a few web scrapers, and I'll just make a nice little front end and give it to my friends and see if they like to use it. All right, here's a second idea that I've come up with. So I have been using this app called MyFitnessPal and Cal AI. Now these are calorie tracking apps. So I take a picture of what I'm eating and it tells me how many calories do I have, how many calories I'm consuming. Now, since I'm trying to gain weight and stuff, it's kind of useful. And a bunch of my friends use a lot of calorie tracking app. Now with AI, that's become quite interesting, right? Because you can literally take a picture of anything and tell how much calories that particular thing has. You don't really have to, note it down manually. So using that and WhatsApp, I'm thinking of creating an AI fitness assistant on WhatsApp, right? So you can just access it. You can chat with it. You can ask for nutritional advice. You can, text every day what you're eating. You can take a picture and it'll keep tracking how many calories you're eating. And if you're going to meet your fitness goal of gaining weight or losing weight or gaining muscles, and eventually mold it into something that even tells you what kind of workouts you should be doing, what should you be eating, how can you improve your diet, how can you prevent some diseases. So it's going to become a health coach of sorts on WhatsApp. I'm very concerned about my calories, protein intake, and a bunch of them. I have 2, 3 friends who are also concerned. So if all 3 of us use, I'm more than happy. But if more people start using, well and good. So that's the goal with this project. It's solving a personal problem first, and then if more people are facing it, crazy. Right, so right before filming this video, I was actually on a video call with an AI. Me and my friend Keenan were just talking to an AI random person.
But, what did you do today?
Hey, I get it, Harish. You're curious about what a day in the life of Brendan Burchard looks like. Well, today I've been diving into some exciting projects.
And what's fascinating is that how good of a conversation you can have. Or you can video call The Rock or Elon Musk and like talk to them. That's how far technology has come right now. So there's this app called Cambly, which connects people to people in the US, and you can practice English with them. So you can connect with a native speaker in the US and they'll sort of help you practice English. What I was thinking is this thing is going to get disrupted with AI, right? Because right now you don't need an American to actually talk with you. You can have an AI avatar talk with you and help you improve your English. So I'm thinking something on those lines, like something that helps you improve your English, maybe helps you learn a new accent, maybe helps you speak better. And if it could like be an AI avatar, you won't even feel judged for speaking bad English or saying the wrong things. So that's something I haven't really thought of what exactly the product will look like, but this is sort of the problem that I'm going after. All right, idea number 4, this from a personal experience. I use Instagram, Twitter, YouTube every day, but I feel a little guilty at the end of the day before sleeping. I'm like, hey, I've spent 3-4 hours on all these apps, but I haven't really gained that much. I don't think I've improved as a person as much. It's just random content most of the times, right? And I feel guilty about that. So I'm seeing if I can like innovate somewhere over there, use something that's meant for you to become more productive, meant for ambitious people. And I haven't really figured out a solution to that yet. But the problem is that a lot of social media is just making me feel extremely guilty. And I want something that makes me feel like, hey, I've learned something exciting today. So that's another thing that I'm trying to target. These were the 4 ideas. 2 of them are actual products. The other 2 are just concepts that I'm thinking about. I'll soon start building on them. But anyway, I'll keep you guys posted because I'll be making more videos. The next video will be about the GMAT one, where I'll be focusing on how I'm looking at building it, what are the things that I'm doing, and hopefully that'll help you guys as well. If you guys are working on some ideas, drop them in the comment section down below and let others give you some feedback. Maybe they can even become your first customers. So just make sure that you guys are supporting each other in the comment section down below. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.